and welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing my horse's daily routine. Okay, so the first thing we did is we get down there at about 7 a.m. and we let them out and they go out into the wood, and we have got the forestry's permission to do so. I then walk out and check all the fences, come back to the field and see the wheelbarrow has been moved. This is the hay wheelbarrow, and they like to go and see if there's any more hay seeds or anything in there. It's actually quite amusing to come back to that every day in a new position. Then I sweep out the shelter, and I do explain later why we do not have any bedding. I then went out to the big field as they were turned out there yesterday because we had some things come up. And as you can see, the hay was also left out. So then I muck out that field, and then I muck out their normal field, which is one they stay in at night time. And we muck both of those out. And then this is me picking up the hay from the other field that got left out that they didn't eat. And I bring that back in, and I do explain what we're doing with that in a bit. So then I empty the big field's water because it was, to be fair, it was dirty and they dropped things in it from yesterday. So I cleaned that and filled that back up and then put that back out there for when they're back out in that field. And I just throw it on the wheelbarrow full of the hay that I've just got. Okay, so this is me getting their fresh hay in. So basically what I've done is I give them fresh hay in their hay racks and also a little bit in the stable when I get Beauty and the other ponies in to sort out. And yes, that zoom in was of the hole in my joppers. We're not going to talk about that. So that is what I do. And then the hay that I got in from the big field, I kind of use as a bedding kind of situation, but you'll see that later on because I think I do try and explain that. Whether you understand it or not is a different story because we all know me and explaining does not go very well. Okay, so now as you can see, I'm just finishing putting the hay in the wheelbarrow. They actually do get quite a lot, but at the same time I have 3 ponies, and at the moment they're not getting any strip grazing due to the grass still growing and being fertilised. So we are leaving that because obviously fertilisers need to be left for a certain amount of time until the horses can eat it. So they do get a fair chunk of hay, mainly because there's not much grass in our field at the moment that they have access to. And here we are, seeing me struggle with the sheet yet again. These sheets are an absolute nightmare, but they need to be around the hay securely, obviously. So 1, they don't fly off in the wind, and 2, when it rains, the hay does not get wet. But it's an absolute nightmare. And for me, for someone that is only short, I'm only 5'3", I do really struggle to put the sheets back on. And here is me putting the hay out in the ricks for them. I do want to really quickly jump in and explain the bedding situation, considering like when I set it up this morning, wow, there wasn't any bedding. Basically what we do is they went out in the other field yesterday because we were something came up basically, so they had to go out in the other field, not in the wood. So what happened was they had hay put out in their field just in case they didn't eat the grass. Like, just I'd rather have them have hay there and not eat it than not have hay there and need it, if that makes sense. So I didn't have time yesterday, but I've just brought all that in, and it's still edible, obviously. It's not like gone off, it's not wet, it didn't rain, thank God. But it's just, I don't know, I don't want to put it in their racks. I want to give them fresh hay. That is my main thing. I want them to have fresh hay. So I've put out their fresh hay in the racks, as you just saw, and I've just put some fresh hay down here for when I get Beauty and like the ponies in to sort them out and brush them. But I've just put the rest kind of around here as a bed, and I do that quite a lot when we have hay that's been out overnight and then I bring it back in the next day, just because then when they're all in here, if they don't want to eat it because of whatever reason, it's not a waste of hay because they're using it as bedding. And also I've got 3 horses and 1 field shelter, so I spread it out around the outside, and if they're all in here they don't fight basically. Because my horses, they don't tend to fight over food as long as they have their own space, and in here they have plenty of space in their own space. So here I am now doing the water, and now I'm just making the food. They all get their own dinner, and Beauty actually gets a lunch as well because I give her food once I've worked with her. Then I actually catch Beauty and bring her in. I then brush her off, as you can see now. It got a bit hot, so I took my coat off. But yeah, I brush her off. All the summer coats are coming out at the moment, so it takes a lot of brushing. But then finally I work with her. This is her just doing a single jump with no saddle on. It's about 3 foot, and then here's her with a saddle, jumping a double. Okay, so I've worked with Beauty, and the videos you've just seen of her working were actually from yesterday, just because Leah really wanted to focus on pole work and get her lunges and poles, and I don't have anyone else to film, so I put in some videos for jumping. I always like to work half and half, so I tend to walk them around, give them a bit of warmth on the lunge with no saddle on, and then I'll put her tack on her. She's always got a bridle on, but then I'll put her saddle on and I'll lunge her, do exactly what I did when I warmed her up basically, and then, for example, I'll free jump her, which you'll see. So now I just put the horse's food out for them, as you can see me walking across with my arms swinging very aggressively. And then I just mix around their food and sort it out. And then as you can see, the gorgeous Pebbles, she's actually 36 now, 35, 36. As you can see, she's a very happy little pony with those ears pricked forward. She's just coming in to eat her lunch. She actually comes in earlier than the others just because she takes longer to eat. And then I go and grab Doral's bucket because after Pebbles comes in, Beauty comes in. And then Doral comes in last and has her own food out of a bucket because she is on a diet. Finally, all the horses are in. Once Doral's finished, I'll go and put her bucket away and then we'll go home. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe down below, like and drop a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.